Well, it was another long drive down, but we're here at Parco del Brenta in the northeast of Italy, not far from Venice. And we've got 2 nice weeks here. We was here briefly last year, albeit only for one night really. We had some bad news and had to go. But on that occasion we fished over here in Peg 6, which is the sort of deepest area of the lake. It goes down to about 9 metres, but I did catch one anyway, so it wasn't all a lost cause. But this year, thanks to Nicholas and Antonio and to Frank Warwick, I've managed to get 2 weeks on here. Now, the first week is going to be with a group of German lads who are friends of Nicholas. So what they've done, they've given me a choice of 2 very good swims, which is either 1 or 16. Now they're both sort of would have been in my top 5 or 6 choices anyway, so that was very kind of them to do that. We've actually gone for 1 on the point here. Now, main reason is Jones' leg's still not brilliant, so this red line here, the top part is out of bounds, but up here it says no machiner. Basically that means you can't drive. The bank's not very wide and not very safe up here, so you've got a little car park here and you have to park the car and walk the gear up here. So 16, although it's a very good swim and it's a very good area of the lake, there's a lot of fish get up in here. It's going to be too much of a job, so we've gone for swim 1, which is a lovely swim out on this point, and really looking forward to giving it a go. There's a lot of water out there and I don't know any of the spots or anything like that, so it's going to take a bit of sorting out, but it's going to be nice for sure. And the other guys are all spread out around the lake. Nicholas is with his friend Marco up in 17, and yeah, there's a few flies about. But it's a cracking lake this. It's really nice, you know. As soon as we turned up last year, like I say, it was only brief, but we got the feeling that it was somewhere we really wanted to come back to, and thankfully we've got the chance. So got plenty of time, a van full of bait and gear, and we've got a good swim, so I'm sure this time it's going to be a nice trip. We're going to be here a bit longer this time, and yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some fish along the way. So there's some I mean, you can see all these fish around the outside here. This place is absolutely stuffed full of good fish. They're no pushover, you know, they get pressured, but they're in here, so hopefully we're going to see some of those this trip. Just as we got the rods out and started fishing, the heavens opened and we had a couple of days of really heavy rain. At first I thought it might help our chances, but in actual fact it seemed to slow the fishing down. Although in the first couple of days I did get amongst a couple of fish, starting off with a few mid-20s up to 27 pound, and one nicer common which was 38 pound. So it wasn't all bad, but the rain certainly didn't improve our chances, and the forecast was for a few days of that, but slowly improving as the session went on, so we looked forward to getting more sunnier times. Well, it's a chilly morning in Italy. We've had loads of rain. They finally cleared up last night, and the moon came out and it was quite chilly in the end, but fish were jumping like mad. And a couple early hours really. The action's coming in night time, so I've kept these ones a couple of hours just to so you can see them really. Absolutely cracking fish, 38 and a quarter. Beautiful sort of goldy yellow common. Had one the other night about the same size as this. Did that one in the dark, but I thought I'd do this one in daylight so you can see it properly. But yeah, what an absolutely lovely fish. Getting action every night now. Only one or two fish a night. There's loads out there jumping, but just getting them on little single bottom baits with little mesh bags attached, casting out. Some over bait and some just on the single bags, but they're coming anyway, so that's that's a good thing. But yeah, cracking fish. Loads of time to go yet, so plenty more like this to come, I think. But yeah, enjoying this. Enjoying Italy. It's a lovely country, nice people, and some cracking fish too. First 40 of the trip. Lovely 42.5 pound mirror. Beautiful fish. God, proper scrap as well. I had a real good scrap with this one. Getting through to some big ones. There's loads and loads of big fish out there, so hopefully the action will keep coming when we get to see some more and bigger fish. But can't complain all the time. These are turning up. But yeah, same rod as the earlier common actually. Put it back out there, fired a few more boilies around it, and it's gone off again with this one. So, a cracking Italian mirror. Well, there's a big expanse of water out in front of the swim one where I am for this week. Don't know where I'll be next week, but this is a lovely swim. I say loads of water, and there's been fish here every day. I should imagine most times there's fish somewhere out in front of this swim. First one I caught was towards that big tree with the yellow leaves. Just casting around 70 metres with a bag. A lot of the guys on here are just catching on very small hook baits, just method style fishing really, not putting too much bait out. But I've been catching over boilies and a bit of hemp, but it's fair to say that quite a few of the fish have come on just the bag approach, bag of pellets, and just single 15mm bottom baits, and most of them are coming straight out off the end of the point, sort of, yeah, roughly I suppose centre picture. There's an old spindly tree there, which there's a road, an old road, which forms the main feature in this swim. It goes from literally this point across to the other side there, and the spindly sort of dead tree is right on it, but there's a big bushy willow next to it, centre picture, just off the side of it in about 70 metres range. It's about 4 metres there, 12 foot deep. And that's where most of my action's coming from. I'm just fishing it around 70 metres and yeah, just casting bags onto that spot. I have put some bait out there, but yeah, most of the fish every evening seem to be jumping around that area, and that's where most of the action's come from so far. I've actually tried off to the right here as well. I've put a little rod out just to the right, because every evening that's the channel that goes round to the right and in towards swim 22. But they've jumped out there every evening, but at the moment I'm not able to get a take from there for some reason. Don't seem to be stopping there to feed. But like I say, there's so many features to this swim that it's hard to pin down the exact spots where to fish, but I'm getting a few, so I've found a few spots anyway. Well, we've had 2 days of solid rain. Yesterday we were just confined to the bivvy. It was just torrential. It cleared up in the night, and that's when fish started jumping, but this is literally the first daytime bite down here, this end of the lake. Maybe they like the sunshine, we certainly do. It's a lovely November morning. It's been a chilly night, but the sun now is bright and it's warm, it's lovely. And it's been a really good few hours, a couple of hours. mainly due to what I've got here. This is, I started off with a £33 common, which I just put straight back, but the next run brought this absolutely fantastic mirror, and well, this is what I come here dreaming of really. Hoping to get a £50 Italian carp, and done it style with a £55 2-ounce mirror. What a gorgeous fish, eh? I'm so pleased with this one. Lift him up again and show you, but I'm just being careful with him. Of course, what makes it so very, very special is that it's country number 12 for 50 pounders, and that's why I wanted one so much over here. And thankfully Parco Del Brenta has delivered that for me, and I wasn't the first to get 50s from 10 countries or 11, but thankfully I am the first one to get 50s from 12 countries, and this is it. But yeah, no need to keep her out for ages, just wanted to show you, so I'm going to get her back. I'm so very happy with this, I really am. What a lovely fish, what a lovely way to start the day. But there is a little matter that it's not even the biggest one. I'll show you a slightly bigger one in a minute, but for now this will do. Beauty. And this one in here was the second big one. So I had 33 first, put that rod back out, it went in within about 20 minutes with the 55. Got that one back out, and then 20 minutes again, the right hand rod went off, and they were both on the same area. Virtually, I put quite a bit of bait out yesterday afternoon and fished 3 rods quite close to it, and they obviously got on it. But this one was even bigger at 57 1/4. You know, what a few hours fishing, but that's what Parco Del Brenta is all about, I suppose. There's a lot of fish like this in here, and if they go on the feed, then you've got a chance of catching them. And this morning's action was like a little glimpse into what can be produced here. You know, 2 fish of this calibre within the space of half an hour, really. Just fantastic. I'm made up with these fish. Whew. Well, it's been hard work anyway, so I'm going to sit out in the sun. We're going to get the kettle on now and have a nice cup of tea and relax for a little bit with a big smile on my face, because it's been a good day already. Love this place. November in Italy, it's absolutely glorious. Mwah. Just film a little bit, I'll take a picture in a minute as well. Well, it's all casting on this week. It depends on Parco whether the group agrees to have boats on here or not. Some groups have boats, they did last week apparently, but this week and next week it's all casting, so it's all the use of this to get the bait out there. I'm using 9-foot 4.5 pound scope for the spodding, because after you've spodded a while, a long rod is a lot more hard work, I find. So the shorter rod, it's still got the power to get it out there, 4.5 pound, but the shorter rod actually makes it a bit easier on the arms. Put a little float on the spawn there just in case I lose it, but so far so good. Putting out 3 different lots of bait here. I've got the broken up Scopex squid with the key cray pellet. I've just got some salted up 15mm Scopex squid as well. And the salt is only for preserving. I mean, people ask me if it makes any difference with the attractiveness. Well, it's not there for that. It's just to preserve the baits, freeze the baits over a long period, and probably the time that's hit the surface, all the salt is gone anyway. So there we go, and some hemp as well. A few sponges of that. Basically towards the bushy willow tree at 70 metres range. I've got it clipped up at 70 metres, and that's the main area where the bait's been going. I've been putting a bit of bait elsewhere as well, but a lot of fish have just come over single bags. Some have come over bait. So, there you go, just put the rod down, hit the clip, bomb. In line with that bushy willow in the horizon, 70 metres, and that's the spot. So. Well, I was literally just about to reel in. We've been invited down for dinner with Antonio, and saw a couple of fish jumping over the spots, and thought I'd run out of time, but literally as we were just about to reel in, one's gone off with this on the end, 56-12 common, so another big lump, 3 big ones on the trot now, and it's a shame to have to reel the other rods in and go to dinner, because there's some big fish out there, but at least it's happening. We can go and celebrate in style anyway. But yeah, fantastic. Nice to get a big common now. 2 big mirrors and now a big common, so it's fantastic. It'd be nice to stay here another week. You never know, if the draw's kind to me next week, I might get back here, but it's starting to happen for sure. Of course, I knew by reeling in the rods I'd be missing out on a few good fish, but I was also looking forward to the barbecue, a nice dinner ahead of us, and we'd been kindly invited, so it would be rude not to go. It was a little matter of a bottle of champagne to drink as well to celebrate that first 50. So we reeled in, made our way down, and it was a really good evening. Loads of food, and we wasn't the only ones who was interested in the meat. People often talk about all the miles I've travelled through a year, and I do end up doing a lot of long trips, but I'll tell you what, this is why I do it. You know, it's November now, and alright, it's been a chilly night, but it's absolutely lovely now in the sunshine, warm Italian sunshine. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I'm just redoing one rod. It's not much happening during the day really, mostly at night, so I'm not in a rush to get this one out, but I can just go through what I'm doing, and it's a little bit of a follow-on from my trip to the Secret Garden really, and I made up this rig for that and it worked really well, and when I got here I just sort of followed along the same theme, and it's been working okay. I mean, a lot of the guys on here, they do a lot of sort of method type fishing, and it's been working. The guys have been catching well on sort of method balls and like little single grains of plastic maize as hook baits. Yeah, and I've seen it working, but it's not really my style of fishing. You know, I like the boilie approach, and so, you know, that's what I've carried on with. I've got the Scopex squids, and I'm only using small hook baits again, like I did on the Secret Garden. Like I say, I followed on from that, and all I'm doing is using it's a single 15mm Scopex squid on the little size 6 fang uni. I've come to really like these fang unis. Used to use the twisters and they're still great, but the unis sort of taken over as my favourite. There we go, it's just one single bottom bait. I've always got a lot of faith in bottom baits anyway. There we go, that's all it is. Simple rig, and about 6-7 inches of 25-pound combi link, coated braid, you know, with all the coating left on, just a little bit of silicone tubing just pushed over the eye, and a 4-ounce flat pair inline. And I'm not casting any great distance, well, in fact I've got it marked out, it's exactly 70 yards where I'm fishing to, so I can spawn the bait out there. And I've been spomming a bit out, and I feel like that's made a difference. I've put hemp, pellet and boilies out there, and yeah, the spot that I've been putting most bait on is the spot that's been most consistent, and it's picked up as the week's gone on really, and the fish have got bigger, so it's definitely working. And the only other thing I add to that is a little PVA mesh bag of pellets when I cast out. So I've been spomming the pellets out anyway, but little mesh bag with it. Helps the presentation a little bit. I think it sort of helps it sink slowly down to the bottom and just presents it nice on the bottom. Yeah, and with 15-pound mainline straight through, it's all casting on here, and you know, with that 70 yards, could probably cast a bit further, you know, but 70 yards is a nice easy range to fish, and it seems to be where the fish are anyway. So you know, it's, as always, it's quite basic and straightforward, but it's all you need. You know, it's all about getting on the fish, baiting up right. You know, baiting's always important, but we've got the fish here, we've got them feeding, and that little rig there is what's doing the damage. Well, the evening definitely seems to be the best time, and thankfully this evening I can leave the rods out, because the last 2 evenings we've been for a meal and a barbecue and had to reel them in, and well, this is an example of what I've been missing out on, because yesterday evening had a 56-12 common, and well, tonight I've gone one better, because this one is the first Italian carp over 60 pound. Have a look at that beauty. So it's 61 pound of Italian mirror. Whew, it's only well, 6 o'clock in the evening now, so it was about 5:30 when I've had it just a little while ago. Put out a lot of bait today, a lot of bait this afternoon. Plenty of scopex squid, a lot of key cray pellet, a fair bit of hemp as well, and the usual little single bait with the bag just out over the top. And it was probably only about 2 hours ago I baited up, so these fish have come straight in and got on it, and so there's lumps like this out there. Thankfully my rods are out tonight, and they're staying out until things like this pick them up. But what a result, eh? God, what a trip. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the last evening in this swim. We'll be moving on to another one tomorrow. We've got another week on the lake, but another draw for swims tomorrow, so chances are we'll be moving. But what a great first week, topped by this beauty. Absolutely brilliant. Well, it's hard to believe, but literally, well, we just filmed a 61, just about to put it back when the alarm sounded, and the other rod on the spot's gone off. It's a common this time, but even bigger than the mirror. It's 62 pound. So in the space of 20 minutes, I've had two beautiful 60 pounders. 61 pound mirror, and this one's 62. God, this is absolutely unbelievable fishing. It's amazing here, it really is. There's so many big fish in this place, and it's a joy to fish. It really is. It's a fantastic place. And I've been putting a little bit more bait out every day, and slowly but surely through the week these fish have been getting on it, and they've been getting bigger and bigger. Yesterday produced 350s, 325 kilo fish. I thought that was amazing. In the space of 20 minutes has produced 260s. My arms are killing me, and in between all this we had a pizza delivered, so done my best to eat it, but God, what a result, what a trip. Fantastic. Ooh. Okay. Oh, brilliant. Right, well, we're halfway through the session now. It's the end of the first week, and well, it's been a fantastic week. We've had a great time with the German lads. They're a really good bunch of guys. They're all packing up now, ready to go home, and the English guys be turning up. One more fish anyway, this lovely 52.5 pound common. Another chunk. What a night that was. 30, 40, 50 and 260s. And it's been absolutely fantastic, it really has. Like I say, we're only halfway through, so we're going to have to pack up in a minute as well, and then go round and start all over again for the second week somewhere. Don't know where we'll be. Might not even catch anything next week, but it doesn't matter, because this week's been great so far. So going to get in back up and well, catch up with you wherever we are around the lake. See you soon. Would you believe it? We packed everything down, took it all back to the clubhouse, and got ready for everyone to arrive and do the draw again. Guess what? Come out first in the draw, so back in swim one again for the next week. Happy days. I mean, it would have been happy going anywhere, but still got everything clipped up. Got the spod rod, and the rod's already clipped up on the spot, so here we go. Get everything set up again and start again for the second week. Well, it's a proper miserable day today. We've got this all day as well by the sounds of it, and we've had it all night. But it's the start of the second week, and got my rods out. It's a little bit slow, but I had a fair bit of action in the end. Had a couple of 29s, a 37, had a massive great big sturgeon that wiped everything out. I had to set all my rods up again. And then nothing for quite a few hours. Went all quiet, just one out of the blue early this morning. And another big fish, in fact the biggest of the session so far, 64.5 pound. So the big ones are still here and they're still feeding. Look at that for a beast. What a fish. God, this session is unbelievable. We're only just starting the second half of it. But these fish are something else, they really are. be miserable weather, but these fish are certainly making it a good one. And still plenty of time to go yet, but oh dear. But yeah, what a lovely fish, eh? Oh, it's unbelievable. I'm having a year's worth of fish in one trip here. Well, there we go. They're coming in for the bait, so I'm going to get this one back, get some more bait out there. A very rare daytime bite. First day of the second week. Poor, it's cold, wet and miserable, but the fish are still feeding. Oh, just nice to actually get something on film. Blowing a fish. This is only the second bite I've had during the day. We've had some nice days, but they're forecasting a high of like 5 or 6 today. Very windy as well. We literally had that landing net on the floor. I've just dragged that out. That come floating down the lake, so someone's lost the landing net somewhere where it's blown in. God, it is very cold today. Nice little baby one. Well, I've gone from the biggest one of the session to the smallest one, but who cares, they're all welcome. Lovely to get a daytime bite. There we go. Cold, wet, miserable day. But an Italian carp. No, I'm trying to let you go. No, it's no good swimming into the net. Oh, here we go. There we go. Lovely. Daytime fish. shy, ain't you? And there are, I can see other fish fizzing out there actually. I baited this one up, thought I'd try a different spot. And yeah, it's just gone off. I've just got the other rods sorted out, cast out for the night. A few bleaks and this one went off. Wow, loads of bubbles coming up. It's like they used to do it. Cassian. Yeah, it's not huge. Nice common. Lovely. There we go. Very angry common. Upper 20s I'd say, probably 27, 28 pound. But a nice evening surprise. I've still got time to get the rod back out. And well, nice bit of excitement. Right, it's the coldest night of the trip. Nicholas told me this morning that it was down to, well, just above freezing, about half a degree above freezing. 47.5. And we haven't had many 40s, but it's a lovely fish. Anyway, the guys moved out of 22 behind us yesterday, and so I slung one across there, and that went off with a little mirror, 21 pound mirror. But the main rods that have been producing all the time, they went off 3 times with 3 commons, 36, 39, and this one, like I say, 47.5. Now this is really cool. I mean, it's middle of November, down to freezing last night, and this is on the stock pond. A few old stale bits of bread. Well, another fabulous 50. I've certainly had mostly commons when it's gone to the big uns, but this is certainly a character anyway. £50 4 ounce. Oh, give me a hell of a scrap as well. I mean, he don't look like a scrapper, but he certainly was, and I think he still is.
It was lovely as well.
what you call an Italian strain. Yeah, a cracker anyway. Whew. Oh well, it is the last night on the lake, which is a shame because it's been such a brilliant session, and I really thought the big uns had done the off. Been catching plenty of fish the last few nights, and some nice ones without getting amongst those real big whackers, but one's just turned up now. A cracking 57-pound common, and well, it's just amazing how many big fish have turned up over this session. Oh. Nicholas had just come round to invite us down for some dinner with Antonio, which was a lovely gesture, it really was, but literally I've just lost one and had a 39-pound mirror, and it was right in the middle of bite time. I knew I was going to get more bites. Sure enough, while I was standing here, it's rattled off with this one on the end, and Nicholas said, I think that's a sturgeon, you know, it's fighting too hard for a carp. But it was a proper good scrap. But it wasn't a sturgeon, it was this beauty, 57-pound common. God, what a lovely way to finish up. I mean, I don't think it's going to be the last carp because we're right in the middle of bite time, like I say. But what a nice one to get on the last evening. Whew, absolutely fantastic. It's the 10th fish over 20 kilos, I know that for the trip. Wow, what a place. What a session, I keep saying it, but it's absolutely great, this place. Whew, you can see why I fish like this. Happy days, happy nights at the moment. Oh, it was a cold night, cold, frosty night, and the last one actually is getting close to packing up time now, unfortunately, but it has been a fantastic trip. Fish on all but one of the nights actually, the action's been really consistent, really good, and last night was no exception. Right through to just now we've had 6 bites, one fell off. It's the only fish I've lost all the trip, which is testament to how good those fang unis are. But literally in the last 20 minutes I've had 2 lovely 40-pound commons. This one, if you'll let me hold it up, I mean this is a lovely golden 44.5-pound common. And just look at the colour of that. These fish are absolutely beautiful. We've had a few various ones through the night, but then these 2 lovely 40s, like I say, which have come in the last half an hour really, so the other one's just a little bit bigger, he's just waiting in the sling there. Oh, but yeah, what a fantastic trip, you know, thanks to Nicholas and Antonio, and of course Frank as well, who let us on this week. You know, all of those have helped make this what a fabulous week it's been, or 2 weeks. It's an amazing place, this, it really is. Knew that last year when we came here, albeit briefly. Couldn't wait to get back here. I've looked forward to this trip all year, literally, and it hasn't disappointed. What an amazing place, and what a fabulous time we've had. Absolutely brilliant, loved it here, absolutely loved it. And we'll be back as soon as I can get back here. Roll on next time. and this was the other one in that short little burst. A bit more silvery this one, but a little bit bigger as well, just over 45 pound this one. Another cracking common. What a lovely fish. What a lovely way to end the trip. So there we go, get this one back, start packing. See you next time. Mwah.